Time for a little Monday morning, Maxwell, but I will be accompanied by Jason Rubin. I've dragged him from the deepest, darkest depths of Viva Las Vegas and got him into the studio. How was your weekend? Good?
It was a very good weekend. It was a solid gambling weekend, as always. Actually, I shouldn't say as always, because usually it goes south very quickly. But this weekend was good. I am just exhausted, so I'm going to try for you guys as hard as I can to stay awake through all 6 of these clips that we're shooting this morning.
But you mentioned gambling. You didn't. Did you bet on Valencia?
No.
But it would have been a good bet.
It would have been. I didn't bet La Liga because that was too far into the morning, and I was planning on sleeping.
Good plan. But if you did bet on Valencia, congratulations to you. You have capitalized on the sinking ship that appears to be Barcelona at the moment in time. It is very interesting. It's what La Liga needed. Looking at game day 26. Barcelona 66 points, Atletico Madrid 58 points, and Real Madrid 54 points. The league's over at that point. Everyone assumes that no one in their right mind assumes that Barcelona will be caught 8 points clear. That's like a mountainous gap between anyone there with only how many games? 12 games left. Barcelona don't drop points. Now we're at game 33 having just been played. Barcelona 76, Atletico Madrid 76, and Real Madrid 75.
Yeah, and
it's incredible.
It really is. And no offense to Atletico Madrid, I think they've been playing obviously phenomenally. And then their Champions League win against Barcelona. Real Madrid's a team that looks like they have a lot of steam going forward. Like that ball is rolling downhill. Everybody seems to be clicking. And I guess the one observation I've really made is that instead of everyone on that team, especially the forwards and Ronaldo, Benzema, Bale, they're now playing team football. They look like they're syncing together.
Yeah.
I can see at least the passing leaks. It looks like it's more, I guess fruitful is the word I'm going to use.
Yeah.
Right? Opposed to the beginning of the season where it looked like everybody was just trying to do everything themselves.
Yeah.
It's a team game. Obviously, this makes sense.
A comfortable win at the weekend, again, handing out another thrashing to a suffering La Liga opponent. Whilst Barcelona fall at the hands of Valencia and Atletico Madrid pick up points as well. So it now comes down to these last 5 games. 5 games left in the season, right? And this is what I want.
None of these guys play each other in the last 5 weeks.
So the head-to-head does go in favour for Barcelona because if it comes down to even points. But let's take a look really quick at Barcelona's teams to face. The teams they still have to play are Deportivo La Coruña, who they slipped up earlier in the season against. 2-2 was the result.
This is for Barca?
This is for Barca.
Got it.
Then they have Sporting Gijón, who are 18th. They will demolish them. You can count that. Real Betis, they already beat them 4-0. They will demolish them as well. But the next team, interestingly enough, who are sitting 15th in the league, Espanyol. Even though they drew 0-0, I think they'll still come out with a victory there. And then Granada. So the average position to face is 15.4. So not exactly in the best favour for Real Madrid or Atletico. Right. They're playing against lower level teams, 3 away games, 2 home games. But that being said, they were just dismantled by a Valencia team. So in terms of the Francis Maxwell go-to category, Jason, are you Valencia with Gary Neville or are you Valencia without Gary Neville?
I am.
This morning, what are you?
This morning, I'm Valencia with Gary Neville.
Yeah, I'm glad you're catching
I'm with Gary Neville Longbottom. When a Harry Potter kick, too.
If he was Gary Neville Longbottom, I'm sure he would have worked some sort of magic at Valencia, but he did nothing. So this Valencia team now without Gary Neville, the category we're putting them in, Valencia in that category this weekend, Real Madrid, Gareth Bale, congratulations to him as well, in that category, and Atletico Madrid. Barcelona, I mean, I broke it down tactically, and once again, they conceded another goal from cross balls. I'm not just saying this for the good of my health, although I do like the sound of my voice sometimes. They're conceding from wide areas. Everyone is understanding that Barcelona are to be feared going forward, but when they defend, man, they are weak in wide areas, and weak side attacking is something that I touch on all the time when I'm talking about world football, because what it is basically is when you see a team that attack so ferociously with both fullbacks, when you push both of them up, if you're hit on a counter-attack, you cannot gather enough, I would say, stability to form a decent back line. And what we're taught at a young age is if you push forward your left side, your right back tucks in. He doesn't have to go forward.
Okay.
But what Dani Alves does is he just, fuck that, I'm going forward as well. I'd love to join the attack. So what happened against Valencia is they turned over possession, they attacked down Barcelona's left-hand side, and Dani Alves was struggling to get back in, but he did get back into position, and then they switched play so quickly that Barcelona were unable to adjust quick enough, and they were left one-on-one, and Valencia were 2-0 up. And it's something that I highlighted throughout, but they're so good going forward that it never really mattered. It was just like, okay, we scored enough goals.
Great teams historically across all sports respond to adversity. This is adversity. Barcelona was supposed to win the league this year. They were. I know. Real Madrid fans are gonna hate on me for this one. Look,
I don't think they will. I think they understand that.
I am as impressed with everything Real Madrid's been doing in the Champions League. I am not going to hate on them for no apparent reason. But Barcelona was supposed to win the league this year. And great teams respond to adversity. This is exactly as you said what La Liga needs. I guess my big question, though, is there any chance, if the collapse does happen, that Enrique's job's in danger?
That's a very good question, and something that is
I know it sounds insane,
so impossible to ponder, but that's how world football works, right? That is how it works.
Because there's a lot of Premier League openings.
There is. It's a recency bias in football, especially for Barcelona, man. Like, that team is built upon success. Those fans, they're not full unless they have at least 2 or 3 trophies in their cabinet by the end of the season. So
I wonder what that's like, because I have no trophies.
Yeah, it's just like, are you hungry? Nah, just had the Champions League and a La Liga for dinner. Got room for a Copa del Rey, though. This season, they're going to be sitting there at the table with a La Liga trophy, and they'll be like, fuck, I'm so hungry. So this is one thing I wanted to throw up towards the end. I think Atletico Madrid's run-in is the hardest, so let's take a look at their remaining fixtures here.
Yeah.
And I think they have the hardest of the games remaining, because they have Athletic Bilbao, who are, I would say, hurting from their exit in the Europa League to Sevilla. And they have to play them away from home, and Atletico Bilbao are 5th. Then they have to play Malaga, who are 8th. Then they have to play Rayo Vallecano, Levante, and then ending on Celta Vigo, who are 6th in the league, pushing for that Champions League spot as well. So the average table place of the teams they're playing are 10th. So they're in a much tougher situation. So if they do win it, and Barcelona happen to drop, I think Barcelona need to drop at least 2 more games, or a certain amount of points. It's still tough. It's still doable. Everyone will be turning to Deportivo La Coruña. Not 2 more games, by the way, because they're only a point behind. But I think, personally, Barcelona will need to lose maybe once or twice, or drop, maybe lose and then draw, if there's any chance for Atletico Madrid to come back.
All eyes are on. It's their title to lose.
Yes.
It is actually theirs to lose.
And the final one, Real Madrid. All eyes will be on this game that is coming up again this week, midweek, if you're watching La Liga.
Villarreal?
It's huge. They have to play Villarreal. They have to play them at home. Villarreal are flying. Tough game. Then Rayo Vallecano, Real Sociedad as well, who have caused problems for Barcelona. They just recently beat them. Valencia, who just recently beat Barcelona. And then Deportivo La Coruña in the last game of the season, a team they'll be hoping will do them a turn by beating Barcelona in the next game. So the average position they face is 11. So they're very close to Atletico. Barca has the easiest of run-ins, but this is a Barca team that it doesn't matter who they face at the moment. It seems like they're going to have to play to the same standard they have done, because the one crucial factor to take into consideration for all teams and all leagues at this point in the season is no one gives a fuck anymore. That's it. No, people are just like, my season's either done, I've got nothing to lose, and I'm dangerous as fuck. I'm either ready to go down and I need to fight for my life, therefore equally as dangerous, or I'm trying to win the league and I'm subject to complacency. So people out there against the topper teams are just like, same way anyone playing against anyone in the Premier League at the bottom half of the table are like, I don't care. I've got nothing to lose. This season is just coming down to an end. It's all about trying to overthrow the big guns. So it's a dangerous time to be playing against teams that are hungry. So this is a worst, obviously it's clear, this is the worst possible time for Barcelona to slip on that, slip downhill. But if there's any team that can bounce back, it's Barca. So let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. La Liga football is needed this, and it has got a lot better. You can't say that. It kind of makes my point for me, is that why is everyone talking about it more so now? Because competition is needed. When it was early in the season and Barca were dominating, yes, it was great to acknowledge their brilliance, but I love competition. It's what the game's best at doing. So let us know what you guys think in the comments. As we said, Jason Rubin91 on Twitter, Francis_Maxwell, Francis Maxwell House on Instagram, Jason Rubin91. Check out his pictures from his Vegas antics. He's got minions in there. And come back and subscribe.